I was going to get changed because I've just filmed a main channel video in this top and I've been wearing it for days because I met Jessie J in this t-shirt. I feel like I'm back in the moment. Today I'm going to review the show that I saw in Birmingham on Sunday. On my main channel, I've already reviewed the VIP experience because I met her. I met Jessie J. So on this channel, I'm going to go through the actual show and I'm going to fanboy over every single moment there is to fanboy. I love that woman. I do. Oh, I'm there at the barrier. It goes dark. The intro starts playing. I can see Jessie waiting at the side of the stage. She was kind of hidden behind the door and I could just see her nose sticking out and it was really funny. And out she walks. Her stiletto heel got caught on something as she was walking out to ruin the dramatic moment, but that's just Jess for you, isn't it? That's just what we want. And then she starts with Who You Are. And it was a beautiful rendition. Like, that is the best version I've ever heard of it. It was the most emotional. The music was just the best arranged, and it just gave me all the feels. That was the song I needed after 2.5 years of not seeing her. I'm actually losing my voice. Oh, my voice hasn't recovered fully since Sunday, so. I think it's incredible how, even after all these years, she manages to change up the songs every single time to make a completely new version. And speaking of completely new versions and unrecognisable songs, Domino followed. Domino, some like grungy R&B soul kind of thing. It was cool. Had no idea how to sing it, mind you. Did anyone? No. She was like, sing along. And it's like, but how? I really want them to do a live recording of this show, well, of this tour at some point, so I can have that version of Domino. The next song, Real Deal. First time obviously played live. It was cool. It was really cool. When I first heard the Real Deal song, I was like, okay, cool. It's gonna sound cool live. It didn't disappoint. I was jamming along. It's quite surprising. I didn't think I knew all the words to the new song she's released, but I was fine. I was going, I was singing. Moving forward to Nobody's Perfect. Nice slow version. Obviously to start off. She always starts it off slow, which is really nice. Take it in. And then she started chatting again and forgot she was mid-song. She often does that with Nobody's Perfect. And even when it went into the second half, she'd managed to vary that up too. She's always giving us. She's just so good at giving. Next up was Not My Ex. It only came out 2 days prior to the show. I managed to know a lot of the words. I was dead proud of that. Jessie, however, yes, she knew the words. She was struggling with singing it. She couldn't get it right. We heard it 3 times. She started singing it the first time and was like, nah, not feeling this. It's not right. I'm not in key. So she did it again. And then we had third time lucky. To be completely honest, I couldn't hear what was wrong with it the first time, but okay, whatever. It just means I got to hear it more times, so I'm not going to argue with that. This was now the point where she got fed up of standing up and she's like, oi, Kez, I want a stool. She sat down and we were treated to a lovely acoustic version of Flashlight, which was really nice. Everyone had their torches. She only did the first 2 verses and first 2 choruses and then ended it there to move on to something which no one was expecting. No one could predict this. She sang Michael Jackson's Earth Song. She put her own spin on it, obviously, and her version, her vocals to that version, which, she explained afterwards that sometimes you have to take out one of your own songs to put a song that better fits in the moment. And that one did fit in the moment perfectly, you know, with all that's going on in the world. Next was time to think about that, which to say that was the first time she performed it live, well, no, it wasn't the first time, because I think it was the second time. She smashed it. It was perfect. There's quite a few words in Think About That which are quite hard to determine what she's actually saying, so to hear them live you could actually work out what she was saying. After that we had a bit of a cool moment. She got talking to someone in the audience, again, for like the 5th time of the evening, who could sing. That person could sing, and, well, 2 people, and they sang for her. And then she brought out Benjamin Madden, of Good Charlotte, him, her fellow coach on The Voice Australia, and they pretended to do a little voice thing, and they both turned, too much excitement. We're heading into the kind of end of the show section now, and this is where she got us. This is where she really got us, and we all just went, ugh. She said, I'm going to sing a song which I haven't performed in about 8 years, which is wrong. She hasn't performed it in about 4 years. In fact, I believe she performed it in a club last year, so we know she's not good at maths, so we'll just leave her to that. But yeah, I'd never seen this song live. It was Mama Knows Best. That was the song that properly made me like, I'm dedicating my life to you. I've probably told that before. I've told that before in my How I Became a Heartbeat story, linked above whichever side it is. So to hear it live, she slayed, and her vocals have got so much better over the years, and she pulled it off like. But then we're jamming along to Mama Knows Best, and it goes into a little instrumentally bit at the end, so we're like, oh yeah, cool, just jamming along. Now, I'm someone who gets really excited when one song just leads into another song and she merges it all together and it's all lovely. I've made a whole video on it before. Jamming along to Mama Knows Best, and then she got a body like an hourglass. Bang, bang, out of nowhere, like literally bang, bang. Jess, can't do that to us. So then, joined in with our little bang, bang into the room. I know you wanna. had the little dance. You could tell who were the hardcore heartbeats, the people who were doing the dance. One thing she did though, she actually missed out the rap. No Nicki Minaj. I was getting ready. I was like, it's mixed. Oh. But and then she did a little variation on the "See Anybody." I'm not attempting it. On the big notes, she changed that up a bit, and it was really cool. So good, just so good. And because it was near the closing moments of the show, she was just like, "Is there anything else you want me to sing?" Everyone's shouting, "Big White Room, Thunder!" I was shouting Thunder and Who's Laughing Now, hoping she'd do one of them. Because I've heard Big White Room before. I love Thunder. I love Big White Room. She went with Big White Room and she sung it a cappella, the first verse and chorus, and it was just, the feels. That was the first thing with me and Jessie J. Like, this is the first thing I discovered her by, and I haven't had that live since the first time I ever saw her at the Alive tour. Then she pulled that little trick on us. It's the last song, wink, and she performed Price Tag in a new version. I'd actually heard that version in Soundcheck, but it was really cool. It was more true to the original, because I've never heard like Price Tag in sounding like its original version. I've always heard it's rocked up version. I've only seen her from 2013 onwards. So a really cool version. No rap again, it was la 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 eh, which we all rocked to. And then she ran off stage, and then I saw Kez go. I think the encore bit lasted about 30 seconds because she was running a bit behind. Came out, Do It Like a Dude, slow version, emphasis on the "you motherfucker," and it was like, yes, Jess, yes. Did It Like a Dude. It went into, what's that song? You Don't Owe Me, which worked really well. And then, as if the show wasn't good enough, she got us all. She got us all. Do It Like a Dude just went into Who You Are again, and we got a little reprise. Not the entire song, I think it was just a couple of choruses, but it just finished it off so nicely and rounded off, and it's like we've been on a journey and we've come back and it was the most Jessie show. Like, the set list, granted, it was short. Like, it could have been longer. Like, yes, fair enough, I love her chatting. Like, I will listen to her chat for ages. I do think they probably could have fit in about 3 or 4 more songs, if I'm completely honest. Apparently the Manchester show only lasted about an hour, so she didn't speak as much but still had the same length set list. Personally, one thing I think Jessie should do, she's very much about extending her songs. I would quite like to have a few medleys. Like, I remember in Real, when Burning Up went into Wild, into Who's Laughing Now, that was brilliant. I didn't see that live, unfortunately. Vocally, that was the best she's ever been. She looks like she's enjoyed it the most. You could tell she was so happy to be back and telling us how old we'd got. Had such a good day. We had a little moment in Mama Knows Best where she pointed at me and sung to me because I pulled a face at her, and then I winked at her. Why did I wink at her? But yeah, so if you were at the show, let me know if you enjoyed it. Right, so I have 2 videos to tell you about. So I uploaded a montage of the entire show, which you will find here. And then on my main channel, I've done a video about meeting Jessie J. And that's about the VIP experience as a whole. So go and have a look at that if you're interested. Thank you very much for watching. I can't remember how I do an outro on this. Oh, I make a Jessie pun. I can't think of one, so bye.